हेलो ह्यूमंस, वेलकम बैक टू योर थॉट्स आर वैलिड एंड आई होप यू ऑल आर डूइंग ग्रेट। आज हम लास्ट पार्ट करने वाले हैं यूनिट सेकंड का, विच इज सिलेक्शन, ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट. सो दिस इज पार्ट 9 ऑफ क्रैश कोर्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल साइकोलॉजी. So let's see which part are we going to cover today. So today we will be covering evaluation of training program, and this is the last part of your second unit. So let's start with the video. So let's look at the first point. The basis of evaluation and the mode of collection of information necessary for evaluation should be determined at the planning stage. So, like there are so many training programs we studied in the last two videos. So it is like we need to evaluate those training programs. So the first line here tells us that the basis for that evaluation and the mode of collection of information necessary for that evaluation, it should be determined at the planning stage itself. Let's look at the second point. The process of training evaluation has been defined as any attempt to obtain information on the effects of training performance and to assess the value of training in the light of that information. The need for evaluation of training program. There are 4 reasons to evaluate training. Okay, so basically the process of training evaluation has been defined as an attempt so that information can be obtained, like how effective training had been on employees, and to assess what things like it made employees to learn or how it refined employees' skill. And there is need for evaluating these training programs, and there can be few reasons, but here we are going to learn 4 reasons. The first reason is that to make decisions about the future use of a training program or technique. Once you imply a training method, you would be able to make decisions about how you are going to use that training program, because now you know that what did employees gain after that training program or that technique. For example, you want to continue it because like the results are really good, or you want to change it, or you want to completely eliminate it. Second reason can be to make decisions about individual trainees, like certify as competent, provide additional training. Third is like it can contribute to scientific understanding of training process. And the last is to further political or public relation purposes, like for increasing the credibility and visibility of the training function by documenting success. The above reasons may be summarized as decision making, feedback, and marketing. The need for evaluation is also important to know the efficiency or cost effectiveness of the training method. Then let's move on. Training evaluation is the systematic process of analyzing training programs to ensure that it is delivered effectively and efficiently. It identifies gaps and even discovers opportunities for improving training programs. By collecting feedback, trainers and human resource professionals are able to assess whether training programs are able to achieve its intended outcome, and if the training materials and resources used are aligned with or meet company and industry standards. Training evaluation usually covers examining questions like, was the topic discussed at the right level of complexity for your background, and did the facilitator demonstrate a good understanding and effectively delivered the program material. This allows trainer to gain insight on what's working and what is not working, helping them to make better decisions on future training. Moving on. So it is the same thing. Evaluate training evaluation. Evaluate if training programs and initiatives are effective and efficient. Discover training gaps and opportunities to improve trainings by asking questions like, was the topic discussed at the right level of complexity for your background? Did the facilitator demonstrate a good understanding of and effectively delivered the program material? Benefits. Evaluation of training gives comprehensive feedback on the value of the training programs and their effectiveness in achieving business goals. It helps the management to better understand and identify skill gaps to analyze the desired outcome of training programs. It also helps the organization to identify issues and improve the overall processes of training programs, analyze the effectiveness of training materials and other tools, determine the needed leadership competencies, or we can say determine the leadership style which will benefit the employees the most. So that critical problems can be solved, support continuous change in career development, and also assess the overall training experience of the participants. Now, how do we evaluate a training program? So there are 4 steps in that. Training evaluation is an important process in determining training effectiveness and checking if training programs are indeed helping employees become good or what they do. Training evaluation can also be integrated as a feature of your learning management system. Through strategic evaluation, businesses can find ways to improve the quality of training and achieve the learning goals set for employee success. To help you get started with evaluating a training program, you can do it in 4 steps. So let's understand the first step. The first step is to choose the appropriate model that will fit the needs of your evaluation. There are 3 commonly used training evaluation models. So the first one is Kirkpatrick's 4-level model. This training evaluation process is used globally by businesses that aim to get a return on investment through cost-effective and time-efficient training sessions. This model has 4 levels. First is reaction, which assesses how the learners responded to the training. This is commonly measured with the use of survey form given to the participants, uh, which is given after training program. Then second step is learning. It measures what participants have learned from the training, like short quizzes and tests can be used in this level to see what knowledge an employee has gained. Third is behavior. This assesses behavioral change from participants as a result of training. This is measured through workplace observation, comparing before and after training behaviors. In the last one, which is result. So the it evaluates the result of the training program against the organization's expectation. It reviews whether participants of the training have met their learning objectives or not. Some metrics or factors organizations will be measuring are productivity, morale, quality, sales, efficiency, customer satisfaction ratings, etc. Second model is CIRO model. So C stands for context, I for input, R for reaction, O for output. It evaluates the effectiveness of management training courses. It focuses on measurements taken before and after carrying out the training program. This training evaluation process is also broken down into 4 stages. The first one is context. In this stage, a training need analysis is being conducted to see which area of operations the organization is lacking. Once training needs are defined, they are set to the following 3 levels. Ultimate objective. Here, the objective aims to eliminate organizational deficiencies like poor performance, low profit, etc. Intermediate objectives require change in employees' work behavior in order to achieve ultimate objective, and immediate objectives involve acquiring new skills and knowledge and even changing employees' attitude to change their behavior. Second stage is input. In this stage, practitioners of this training evaluation gather information by analyzing available resources in the organization to determine the best choice of training technique or method to achieve training objectives. Third stage is reaction. In this stage, feedback from the participant is collected. Information gathered from this stage is used further to improve the training program. And the last stage is outcome, which evaluates the result of the training program. Outcome is measured on the four levels: learner level, workplace level, team or department level, and business level. Then the third model, which is Phillips ROI model. The Phillips ROI model, ROI is return on investment, evaluates training programs in return on investment. This model basically emulates the scope and sequence of Kirkpatrick's model, but with an additional step. So there are 5 levels of the model. So the first one is reaction, which is similar to Kirkpatrick's model. It starts with evaluating participants' reaction and satisfaction with the training program. Second is learning. It measures the skills and knowledge gained by participants. Third is application and implementation. Similar to Kirkpatrick's model, this level measures whether the participants of the training program learned anything from training upon returning to the workplace. However, it improves that scope by determining whether an issue resides with the application of the learning or its implementation. Level 4 is impact. In the Phillips model, instead of results, it focuses on measuring the overall business impact of the training program. It is much broader compared to Kirkpatrick's model, as it identifies whether other factors aside from training affected the outcome. And the level 5 is ROI. This added level is designed to measure ROI with the use of cost benefit analysis to compare monetary value of the business outcomes with the cost of the training programs. So I hope the first step and all the 3 models are clear to you. So the first step in evaluating a training program is choosing the appropriate model, and in this we study 3 models: Kirkpatrick, CIRO, and Phillips. Now let's look at the second step, which is determining indicators of training effectiveness. To effectively evaluate training programs, practitioners of the training program must first define the indicators of effectiveness. As a guide, practitioners or organizations should answer this guiding question: in what sense will the training program be considered successful? Below are some examples of factors or indicators that can help in measuring training effectiveness. First is new skills and knowledge, then learning experience, employee happiness, cultural impact, efficiency impact, and financial impact. Choosing the right method and collecting data. Training evaluation methods, this is the third step. Okay, like you now need to choose the right method and then collect data. Training evaluation methods refers to approaches in collecting the data. Once the training evaluation's purpose, technique, and measurements for training effectiveness are identified, the next step is to choose the right method or tools for collecting the needed information in regards to the training program. Some of the common methods, or methods we can use. So the first one is questionnaire. These are sets of questions commonly used for gathering statistical information from participants on a particular topic. This can be used as a tool when conducting surveys for trainees after the completion of the training program. Interviews, this can be conducted either face to face or online. It allows practitioners to delve deeper into the responses of the participants. Interviews can help provide practitioners with more valuable and detailed information of the employee's experience with the training. Focus groups. These are facilitated discussions among a small group of participants who underwent the same training program. This is helpful if the goal of the practitioners is to explore the participants' insights and feelings towards the training and to gather some feedback on how the training can be improved. And the last one is observation, which is done by observing participants' behavioral change. A practitioner or assigned evaluator will observe how they complete tasks or engage with processes and other team activities. Once a method has been selected, practitioners can proceed with collecting the data. Now, the last step, which is analyze data and document the findings of the performed training evaluation. The record of the training evaluation will be a critical component for future improvement in the organization's approach to training programs. So these are the 4 steps. Now, let's look at the example. Basically, what should your evaluation form include? To further give you a better idea on what a training evaluation form should include, below are sections and questions that you can use for your training evaluation form. First one is program objectives, in which you can ask, were program objectives clearly defined? Did the facilitator cover all program objectives? Second is course content and relevance. Here you can ask questions like, was the material the right level of complexity for your background? Were the course material well organized? Was content relevant to your role's needs? Third is facilitator knowledge and effectiveness. Here you can ask questions like, was the pace of the program good? Is the duration of the learning session appropriate for the content objectives and complexity? Did the facilitator effectively deliver the program material? Now, the fourth one is program evaluation. Here you can ask questions like, was the assessment a fair representation of the program content? Did the role plays or simulations give a fair representation of the program content? And the last one is facility. Here you can ask questions like, did the training area have adequate lighting? Was the temperature comfortable and conducive for a learning session? Did the participants have access to a computer and or all tools to simulate and have kinesthetic practice? So that is it for today's video, and I hope evaluation of training, organizational training programs is clear to you now. If you have any doubt, please do ask in the comment section. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.